Hello, hello, and welcome to Wholebody for Sweeties, Beginning Yoga and Wellness Series, Week 2, with focus on the Sacral Chakra. Thank you for joining me. If you joined me and were able to engage in Week 1, the root chakra, I truly appreciate your support and your engagement in utilizing the insights, practicing the asanas, and then day 2, engaging in the content for the foods, herbs, spices, and oils that support the root chakra. Again, Wholebody by Sweet Tea focuses on the whole body, the mind, the spirit, and the physical. And again, depending on your perspective, I bring the information to you. So there's no need to have an obstacle, a barrier, or stifled thinking. So, just to show you on the chakra color chart, we have moved from the root now up to the sacral chakra, which is represented by the color orange, typically. So think the rise of sunshine, the hue of sunshine as it rises, and the rise of consciousness as we begin to move upwards in our understanding from that base to the lower portions, the perineum of the body, our grounding. So as a recap, remember that's the grounding, that's the stability, that's your safety, okay? Your root chakra. And so the sacral chakra, as we move on up, we're going to focus on those asanas. We're going to talk about the sacral chakra and then the asanas that support the sacral chakra, and then the next segment will be foods, herbs, and spices that support the sacral chakra. My second segments of each week are always a bit shorter because we don't really get into the movement. It's just focusing on the external supports that help. So, sacral chakra, from root to this area here, about 2 inches below the navel, all right? But think internal. So if you were to go 2 inches below the navel and then go inside of your body, you can envision that, like a pulsating energy vortex internally that is in the hip pelvis region, right? All right. This is your reproductive area, reproductive organs in our bodies, the hips, and the kidneys, bladder, and some digestive organs, okay? Now, what does an imbalanced sacral chakra look like? Well, first let's look at the balanced. If you are balanced and connected to your sacral chakra, you pretty much would be happy. You are exhibiting healthy emotions, friendly, connected, you know, but able to bond with people without, you know, feeling, that you need to be cautious, okay? Able to connect with loved ones, able to engage in your sensuality, okay? And be free in love and freedom of expression, and having compassion for others, okay? Having compassion for others and having high creativity in whatever area of your life that you're creative in, or even being inspired. Connect that to when you're happy, for instance, in love or just in relationships in general, happy with your kids, your siblings, your parents, in the workplace. You're creative. You're inspired to do things. But think about it when things go wrong. If things are not right in love, if your emotions are stifled, your creativity is typically blocked. Now, I know I can't speak for all, but I can speak for myself. I'm an Aquarius. And when I'm feeling some kind of way, my creativity is halted until I can rise up out of that place that I'm in, because I'm always in my head overthinking and whatnot. So when it's imbalanced, you may have a lack of social skills. You may shut down easily. Again, you don't connect well. You're experiencing sexual rigidity, Okay, you won't be free to express yourself, even, intimately, feeling blocked, maybe just going through the motions. A fear of change, among other things. So there's so much more to understand, and keep in mind, this is free content, so I'm not just giving all. Actually, in a few months, I will be setting things up where I will be doing full classes on holistic health, wellness, and giving more insights on spirituality for those who are interested in that, to have more conversations and dialogue and share insights. But for now, I'm just doing brief tidbits to give insights for those who may be interested, and then talk about asanas that support this region, and then the foods, because I'm just exposing you to the whole body wellness by Sweet Tea. So let's go ahead and begin so that we don't extend into an hour or anything. I know your time is valuable. What I would like to do is start on the floor. So again, we're working the lower region, not the root, but above the root. So I'm actually going to sit up on a block for this for a moment. I mentioned before, in yoga we have props. If you like, you can use blocks, bolsters, okay? So this particular position that supports the sacral chakra, the rise of consciousness, the lack of social skills and creativity, you want to open up. And it does connect to the root because it's right here. And some of the positions do bleed over, they spill over, okay? But this is more specific. So Baddha Konasana, translated as bound feet. So you want to bring the soles of your feet together. You want to sit up erect. You want to inhale big. And you want to exhale big. And as you do so, you want to press the knees down at your stretch, and you may use your palms or your hands to keep the feet connected. Again, sitting upright, pulling that lower back in, and breathe. This is bound feet. And this is a simple yoga asana that supports the sacral chakra. Okay. It connects to the root in that it's also a seated asana that here it does somewhat get into the hip region, but more so into this reproductive area, the organs, and again, kidneys, bladder. All right. Now from Baddha Konasana, the next move I would like to show you, and again, this is not like a flow, I'm just showing you individual movement, although I will sort of flow just a little bit tonight, or rather today, depending on when you see this. All right. So for Baddha Konasana, you want to go ahead and bring your legs in and sweep them around. I'm going to move this block out of the way. And we're going to come into what's called pigeon. Now I know I have on my sarong and I have on my orange to reflect the sacral chakra, okay, my orange. So bear with me. So we're going to begin on the right. And if you recall when we worked on the root chakra, even with plank, I advise you that in yoga, when you're on all fours on the mat, you have to be sure you have firm palms, firm fingers. You're pressing into the knuckles, okay? You are not pressing into the wrist, okay? You're pressing into the knuckles. Use your size of the pinky, size of the thumb. Rotate the elbows in. We're not here because that does not give you support and alignment for your bones. You must rotate the ulna and the radius. Pull the shoulders back. Extend the neck. And breathe. Okay? Remember, this is tabletop. Our knees are hips width apart. Our knees are under the hips. Our palms are under the shoulder. And now we're going to go ahead and get started. And yes, you can adjust yourself. So you're going to extend that right foot back. Extend the left foot back. And as you can see, I'm back into the plank. And remember, in plank, you're not sinking and you're not too high. You're holding that core, holding those abdominal muscles, breathing, pressing into the palms, but not on the wrist. Pressing to the fingers. Pull the shoulders back. Now I want you to lift that right leg, and you're going to bring that knee forward. Bring the knee forward. Bring the knee out to the edge of the mat if you need. You're going to take the heel of that right foot and pull it forward as much as you can. As much as you can. Now, don't fall to the right. You want to come down as much as you can. Your stretch is your stretch. Extend the left leg back completely. Uncurl the toe. It's flat as if you were doing a split with the back leg. And again, this front leg, you want to bring it forward as much as you can, wherever you are. Place the palms down in front of you. Elbows are rotated in. And breathe. Inhale. And you're pressing toward the floor to get a stretch in the hamstring, the quads, and this is a hip opener. You feel the stretch all in the muscle, the quads and the hamstring underneath. And breathe. You're pressing into the palms, extending the neck, pulling the shoulders back. So you don't want to be hunched here. Pull those shoulders back and down so that there's no tension around the neck. And this is pigeon on the right. Again, you come down as much as you can. Being certain not to fall into the hip to the right or fall to the left. You're pressing into the palms to keep the torso upright and to work to open up this growing area, the hips, those muscles. Now, I want you to walk the palms forward. And gently allow your forehead, your third eye to rest on your mat or towel. And breathe. Extend those arms forward. And take deep breaths in and out. And just rest. Again, being certain not to fall into the hip on the right or fall into the hip to the left. And just feel that stretch and breathe into it. All right. Gently raise your forehead off the mat and walk the palms upward. Okay. Curl the left toe under. Press into your palms and press into the left toes to lift your body. Step the right leg back and walk it out. And walk it out. You're from the South, you know what I'm talking about. And walk it out. All right. And now we're going to do the same thing on the left. So again, I'm going to pull my arm up. I'm going to lift that left leg. I'm going to bring the knee forward. Open it up toward the edge of the mat. It may feel different on this side for you. Okay? Extend the right leg back now. Bring the foot forward as much as you can, wherever you can. You want to kind of lift, bring your heel, lift it up. Extend that right leg back now. Press into the palms. Rotate the elbows in. Again, you're not hunched. Pull those shoulders back, extend the neck. And breathe into that stretch. Feel the ham, feel the quads. Try to lower, if you can extend that right leg back a bit more just to get into that stretch, to stretch this area even more. So you can imagine how it connects to the reproductive organs, right? Kidneys and bladder. And hold it and breathe into that stretch. Your muscles need the oxygen. Your muscles also need water. You should always be hydrated. In the practice of yoga, you must hydrate your muscles so that you can begin to stretch and create the flexibility. Same thing, we're now going to extend our arms, walk our palms forward, and bring the forehead, the third eye to the mat, and breathe. Releasing the energy in the hips. Releasing the energies in the hip. This is a grand hip opener. And remember, the Sacral Chakra energy governs the hips and pelvis. So you're opening it up. Opening it up. Releasing, stretching. Stretching open the hips and releasing it from right to left. If you watched my introduction video on my Instagram page, I talked about how stress, so much of our bodily stress is held in the hips. So much of it. It's not necessarily the head and the neck, it's the hips. So these yoga asanas support the release of stress from the hips. You want to stretch. This is a grand, I like to call it the grand hip opener. Okay, one of them. Same thing. Press into the palms to lift the body. Remember, yoga is gentle strengthening. It's gentle. Curl the right toe under. Press into the palm. Press into the toes. Slide that left leg from under you and walk it out. And walk it out. All right? All right. Now, what you're going to do from here is press back into downward facing dog. When we practice downward facing dog with the root chakra, we talked about this is the one asana that it supports the root. And you just press back again, rotating the elbows in, opening the palms, lowering the heels. So now I want you to lift that right leg wherever you can, not anything major. And you're going to bring the knee forward. Bring the knee forward and step. Bring that right foot forward. So your right foot is grounded into the floor. It's firm. The toes, the heel. The knee is over the big toe. And you're going to take the left foot, pivot it around, step forward just a bit, press into the edge of the left foot so that it's your support. So you're pressing into the edge, the outer edge of the heel. And again, your right foot is planted firmly. And you're going to swing the arms up, inhale, and sigh it out, lunging into that right leg for warrior one. And in this warrior one, this works the chakra, the sacral chakra as well. As far as this is an open standing pose now, depending on how we go, this also sort of opens the heart, which can be utilized in the heart chakra, but for beginning, we want to open up. It's a standing asana, and we're stretching this region. And so now we're going to go into warrior two, which really works that sacral chakra without extending into the back bend, which goes more into, your solar plexus and heart. They do bleed, they do spill over. And again, you're not here. When you do warrior two, that knee should be over the big toe, and you're like pulling the inner muscles in, your inner thigh muscles, so you're activating all the muscles. So this is where yoga is gentle strengthening, because you're using your muscles. Your arms are activated, you're not floppy. You're activated, you're looking over that index finger, and you're breathing. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2 works the sacral chakra and supports it. Okay? Now, I want you to take that, oh, no, I don't want you to spin just yet. I want you to flip the right palm, okay? And you're going to dive deeper, press deeper into that lunge, okay? And as you do, I want you to extend the torso back, bringing the palm up and over your head, feeling this side stretch. And your left palm will extend, just slide down the calf muscle.
Press deeper into that lunge. Make sure this knee is straight on the left. And extend and breathe. Peaceful warrior. Peaceful. You may hear some people use the phrase reverse warrior. It's peaceful.
Warrior 2 again. That was a nice stretch, right? And now you're going to take this right foot and pivot it to the left. You may adjust. Bring the arms over your head. Flying warrior, but we're not staying here. I want you to turn the right foot out, the toe out just a bit. Turn the left toe out just a bit. Inhale. And on the exhale, bring the palms to heart center, but just stop just a midway down for goddess pose. Okay, and again, this works the sacral. So let me turn around, because when we did the root chakra, I showed you Malasana, which is where we squatted all the way down. So Malasana is where we came all the way down. Elbows inside the knee, feet firmly planted, working the root. Now, some people feel Malasana also works for sacral as well, because it still connects to that area. But because I've already introduced that, I want to introduce goddess pose, which is up a bit higher. Still tuck that tail in. It works the hips, okay? And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come on up. All right, from here, we're going to sweep into what we call rainbow warrior. So, you're going to lunge. We're going to lunge right. You're going to lunge to this right foot, keeping the foot firmly planted, bend the knee, pivot the left heel, toes, heel up, swing the arms out, and breathe. Arms back up, flying warrior, and then standing wide leg forward fold. Bring the palms to the floor. Feet are firmly planted. I want you to drop this neck. There should be no tension. You can nod your head yes, shake it no. There is no tension. Standing wide leg forward fold. You want to pull the back in. You want to make sure your back is not humped. Pull that back in. Come down as low as you can. If you can open the palms to reach the floor, do so. And bring it down. And breathe. Inhale. On the exhale, try to go deeper. Inhale. On the exhale, try to go deeper. Inhale. On the exhale, try to go deeper. Feet are firmly planted. Slowly come back up, one vertebrae at a time. Your neck is the last to lift. Inhale, rotate the shoulders up, then back. Breathe out. Okay? And now we're going to do it on the opposite side, just to ensure we've done both sides. Because what we do on one side, we must do on the left. So we did warrior 1, warrior 2, peaceful warrior on the right. So we're going to step back, recalibrate, come back up, and do it on the left. So I want you to step in. Again, I'm not doing a flow. And just inhale your arms up. And bring the palms to heart center. Come on back down. Step the right foot back. Well, I'm sorry, step your left foot back. Because we started on the right. So we're still stretching the right side. Step the right foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana, slowly lower to the floor. This is a low plank. Elbows are in. Uncurl your toes, point the toes behind you. Your palms are here at your chest.
Inhale, side out. Pull those shoulders back. Remember, make certain that they're not hunched around the neck. Press into your palms, press up. Bend in the back for cobra. And on up. Downward facing dog. And we're going to go ahead and just lift that left leg just a little bit. You're not going into a full three-legged dog because I haven't gone over that. Just lift the left leg enough to bring that knee forward. Drop the toes. Take your palm. You can adjust. Your foot is planted firmly. Again, you're not falling in. And you're at a 90-degree angle. So you want to make sure you're not too forward and you're not back. Remember, yoga is about aligning the bone. So now take the right foot. Pivot those toes. Now to the right, outside. Step the foot up just a bit if you need for balance. Press into the outside edge. Sweep the arms up. Warrior one. And again, this is so we can just sort of transition into warrior two, which is the primary pose I want to show for the sacral. So again, you're pressing into the outer edge of your right foot and you're breathing. And then we're going to pull those elbows back, lifting the heel, warrior two. I know I didn't give that specific instruction on the right side. That is the way to do it. So again, the knee is not falling in, the knee is over the toe. Remember, arms are activated. When we say activated, meaning they're not here. You're using the muscle to keep them up. You're looking over the index finger. You could also look over the index finger to the back to ensure that it's up and you're using those muscles. This is how yoga strengthens the body because you're literally using all muscles. And you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Squeezing those inner muscles in, inner thigh muscle. Flip that left palm. And again, now you're going to reach upward, extending that torso back, getting a nice side body stretch. So you're not leaning in, you're not leaning back. You're extending your torso straight back into a nice side stretch, bending into this left knee more, allowing your right palm to slide down the calf and breathe for peaceful warrior. Come back up to warrior two. All right, the same thing. Now we're going to turn the left foot in. Bring the palms up. This is flying warrior. I'm just facing the opposite side now. And you're going to bring the palms to heart center, as I showed you. Turn the left foot, left toe out just a bit. Turn the right toe out just a bit. And you're going to come into a light squat for goddess pose. Now we're facing right. Initially we did it facing left. You want to ensure that spine is erect. And again, if you're feeling it, you sort of tuck the tail and it's opening the hip. Okay? Keep that spine erect. Breathe in. Side out. Breathe in. See, we're going slow so you can really feel the pose. Adjust yourself. Make sure you're flat foot and breathe. Go ahead and stand up. Bring the knees in. And now we're going to go into the rainbow warrior. So I'm going to take the arms, lift the right foot, and sweep rainbow warrior to the left. And again, keeping that foot planted, lifting that heel, extending the body out. Come on back up. Wide leg forward fold. And we turn to the side. So you can see, feet are firmly planted, palms on the floor. Bring that lower back in, you're not hunched. It's not a back stretch. You're pulling the lower back in, the lower vertebrae. Drop the neck. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. There should be no tension. Inhale. And on the exhale, try to push deeper. Inhale. On the exhale, try to push deeper. Breathe. Breathe. One more. Slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Your neck is the last to lift. Rotate the shoulders up, back and down. Let's do that one more time. Rotate the shoulders up. Standing into Tadasana. Rotate them back and down. Pull them down and breathe. Standing firm and tall like a mountain. Tadasana. This is the root chakra. So we had a couple of recaps of root chakra moves as they connect to the sacral. Tadasana, downward facing dog, and plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, the low plank. Cobra. Building into the sacral chakra. Stepping up for the warrior. Warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Extending that upper body back. Goddess pose. Opening up the hips. Rainbow warrior. Opening up the hips. Baddha Konasana. We began with bound feet. Simple moves. Standing wide-legged forward fold. Working the hips and the legs. The backs of the legs. Root chakra is combined. We're building one energy vortex at a time. And pigeon was the grand hip opener. Don't forget that pigeon. We're going to revisit that. All right? So we're going to step back down. Let's bring those arms up again. And you're ready to close this out. Sacral chakra. Again, the color orange. Think of the sunrise. Rising consciousness. You want emotional happiness, stability, faith, joy, so that it inspires your creativity, your libido. Okay? You're ready to take on things. And if you're imbalanced, you're lacking those things. You have no compassion, no vitality. You're low in your sensual nature, very rigid. Okay? Unhealthy emotions. And that also connects to the root, because maybe you don't have a stable life. Maybe you're not grounded. Okay? So they build on each other. But then they each have their own descriptors and the entity within your body that can be worked on and managed through movement and yoga and through specific foods, spices, herbs and oils, fruits and vegetables that support it, which we will get in very soon. Week 2, day 2. So to close this out, I'm going to go ahead and come on down to the floor. As we started, I'm going to turn on my mat. I'm going to step the right foot back. I'm going to step the left foot back. Come to knees. Come to knees. And then I want to take a seat, swing the legs around. All right. And I'll sort of turn my mat somewhat to the side. And we're going to come back to bound feet. Okay. And we're going to close it out with a reclined Baddha Konasana. So it's bound feet, but reclining, and that also works that sacral region of the body. So inhale, and on the exhale, you want to bring it back, allowing your shoulders to lie on the mat, keeping the feet bound, bringing the knees down as much as you can, and breathe. Your stretch is your stretch, and breathe. Meditate on your needs, breathe, clear your mind. Envision your emotional worries being released on each exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you exhale, blow out that worry. Let it go. Eyes closed. Inhale. Exhale. Relaxing the mind, body, and spirit. As your pelvic is open, hips are open, releasing the stress that is confined, disrupting your bladder, the kidneys, the testes, and the ovaries, and the glands that support those organs. It's all connected. The energy, the science, it's all connected, okay? Again, I bring just bits of information just to trigger your interest, just to give you additional knowledge, maybe to inspire you, maybe to help you piece things together, to help you with whole body wellness. I appreciate your support. Please share the video. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm relaxed, and I hope you are too. Thank you for joining me with the Sacral Chakra. Go back and visit the root chakra if you want to continue practicing, because again, we're going to continue building on this every week. Okay, look for my next video where I give you the foods that support that sacral chakra. And until next time, love yourself to health with Sweet Tea Talks for Sweet Tea Yoga, focusing on the whole body by Sweet Tea. Peace. Namaste.